So I am going to show you how to use the site Tweet Archivist to collect data sets that can be used in digital history projects. So we're going to be collecting data for a hypothetical project on Africa and the 2014 World Cup. So as you can see, I've already started collecting tweets that mention the terms Ghana and football. I started this archive on the 29th, and that was 2 days ago, and I have 1,028 tweets. So we can refine this even further. We can look at specific hashtags. So I'm going to type in hashtag World Cup 2014 and Ghana. And this second archive will create a data set that mentions the hashtag World Cup 2014 and the term Ghana. We could also use this to look at specific matches. For instance, if there was hypothetically a match between Algeria and Cameroon, we could type in the terms Algeria, Cameroon, and football. And the third archive would give us data and tweets that mention Algeria, Cameroon, and football specifically. So all we have to do is click the green activate button, and our archive is activated, and the site will start collecting data. Okay, so now we have 2 archives activated. Now I previously used this site to collect tweets about Nelson Mandela. I wanted to see how people were tweeting about Mandela after his death. Unfortunately, I started my archive rather late, so I didn't get as much data as I would have liked. I started it on the 15th of February. I did get 38,033 tweets that mentioned the word Madiba, and 6,806 that mentioned the term RIP and Mandela. And I wanted to be pretty open with my search terms since I started my search very late. And that's kind of a problem, right? As you see here, this archive's inactive, and I can only look at the date range that I collected on. So this site doesn't let you look at tweets in the past, which would be useful, but technologically very difficult, a difficult thing to do. The site does generate little reports that are often very helpful. You can look at the top users, top words. You can see the source of a tweet to figure out where people are tweeting from and the language people are tweeting in. Generally, these create word clouds. So if we click on top words, we see a word cloud of the most frequently used terms. So for RIP Mandela, obviously the word Nelson is going to pop up. But we also see that people are remembering Nelson Mandela mostly as the builder of a rainbow coalition. Okay, so let's return to the products. So these aren't very good for answering historical questions, but we can use these little reports to sort of refine our research questions. The hashtags report is fairly useful. If we click on hashtags, we also see a word cloud of the most frequently used hashtags. Some of these are rather obvious: hashtag Mandela, hashtag Nelson Mandela, hashtag RIP. But I found this little hashtag Free Palestine that people were tweeting on, and I used that to write about Nelson Mandela, the ANC, and South Africa's relationship to the struggle for Palestinian liberation. So it was useful for refining my research question. But generally, these tools are used for marketing and sociology. Stuff like the influencer index here at the bottom shows you the users that have the most followers that are tweeting about a subject. And this is something you would want to know to do market analysis. What the site does do is it lets you download your information in either an Excel or PDF format. And I recommend using Excel so the historian can analyze the data on their own and manipulate it through Excel. So this will give you all the same information in an Excel spreadsheet. So once our Excel spreadsheet is generated, a green download button appears, and all we have to do is click it, and we have a spreadsheet of all of our Twitter data. All right.
Thanks, digital historians.